Okay. Hey there.
Hi guys.
Hi guys. We are waiting a couple of minutes to check are we already here in the stream. Okay. Okay.
So this is going to be our first live stream of Land Above Sea Below. We are just waiting us to get ourselves online.
Very first in our life, I think.
We are now losing our streaming virginity.
Yeah.
If something like this exists.
Okay, I'm refreshing the Steam page to check.
But don't worry.
Is the stream is living?
We are going to also show you the game, so don't worry. We are just going to hit the refresh button for like an hour or so, but right now we have to do is to see whether you guys are also seeing us or we are just talking to ourselves, because of course I love talking to myself and to Peter, but it's much better if we are
Nothing
talking
happened
to you guys.
here. Why? Oh,
We appeared.
okay.
So actually
We are here.
now lost our online stream virginity at this exact moment.
Yes. So, hey there, hey all, welcome here. My name is Peter, and he is András.
Hi.
Peter or Andrew, Peter or András.
If you can pronounce
We
our names well.
will mix it
Yeah.
in this stream. We are
So you will be András and I will be Peter.
no András and Andrew, Peter and
Peter, yeah.
and Peter.
Peter and Peter.
So we are from Hungary, not Hungary, Hungary.
That's a joke we never heard.
Yeah,
Being Hungarians.
yeah. We are the Last Canon Studio and the guys behind Land Above, Sea Below. This is our first game. Yeah. I am the founder and Unity developer, and András is responsible for communication first, but both of us work on game rules, ideas, and manage the development. So we will play for about an hour and try to show you our upcoming game and base mechanics. This is a work in progress version of Land Above Sea Below, but of course you could try it out by the free demo on Steam. Okay, so let's start. Please, András, play the game.
Alrighty, so hey guys, as Peter mentioned, we already have a free demo which is live. If you click on the right side of the screen, you see our free demo is already live, so you can download it from the Steam page and try out the game. We will be playing, however, with the so to say full version of the game. Okay, so the demo version is having a tile cap, which we of course
No, not tie cap, season
cap.
now.
It's a season cap.
We are experimenting about the tie cap and between the season cap.
Yeah. So the demo game is limited, okay, of course, because this is just a demo version, but we don't have any limitations now because we want to show you guys as much from the game as possible, although the game is, as Peter mentioned, still under development, so it's a work in progress, as he mentioned, but anyway, we will show you how it looks like now, and we will also discuss our roadmap, so to say, what we are trying to add and implement into the game later, but we are always open to the feedbacks of the community, so if you have any feedbacks.
Meanwhile, I check the stream. Is everything okay? Sorry. Yeah.
So basically we are looking forward to see your feedbacks and your comments also in the chat section, so as we are live at the moment as we speak now, feel free to write us or to join our Discord channel as well. So let's jump into the game. Land Above Sea Below is a strategic building puzzle game which plays in an autumn era. Okay, so it's autumn now. The whole game concept is based around autumn, the season autumn. Your main goal is that you have this tree here, and your main goal is to keep this tree alive. You can keep this tree alive by making sure that this tree remains all the time above the sea level. That's why the name Land Above Sea Below. The sea level rises at every turn, which means you have 8, if I'm counting right, 9 actually, 9 steps or 9 tile placements before one season ends. Once a season ends, the sea level will rise, and you have to make sure that you build so high, so far away from the sea level that your tree is not going to fall. So that's the main goal of the game. But of course, it's not that simple. So let's just jump into it. The main basics of the game is how you control it. You can control it by the keyboard, of course, by moving around, or you can actually rotate it by clicking with the right mouse button. You can zoom in, zoom out by using the scroll of the mouse, and then you have the tiles which appears here on the screen. You have to place these tiles on the available placeholders, so to say, which is slightly highlighted. So you see here we have the options to place these tiles around your main tree, and you can simply place your tile by left clicking it. Okay, so we now have 5 points and 10 points, and we didn't actually raise our island far away from the sea level. So getting slightly back to the game. Wow.
It's not cool.
We are just fine-tuning the laptop, switching it from turbo to performance mode, but the air ventilation started to kick in, so my hair is blowing, but anyway, it's good. So, getting back to the game, you see here how many scores we made. We just now made 10 points, and as you see, we are actually 0 meters away from our starting sea level, okay? But I will show you what this means if we are placing more tiles. Let's see, we have placed one more here, and one more here. Okay, we have now 20 points, and you can get more points if you are placing tiles which are already surrounded by the same type of tiles. What does that mean? Right now we only have this type of tile, which is basically the general tile, which is the autumn tile. How do you call it? It's just like a regular autumn tile, right?
Yeah. This is a regular.
So as you
default of the base.
That's the default tile. You see, it's all the same. It looks like the same, and here, when you are trying to place it, you see these green hexagons showing that it all matches, and you can see also the green leaf icons, which shows that it's also matching the tile type.
And other tiles are highlighted now.
And here comes the trick, because as Peter says, other tiles are highlighted. This means that when you are placing this tile here, you see we are not just getting much more points, but we also raised the height of our island just from the sea level. You see we already are at 10 meters from our starting point.
Yeah.
And basically your goal is to place these tiles in an order to make sure that your tree and your island moves as far away from the sea level as possible. But of course, as life is not that simple as well, this game is not that simple as well. So you will have new type of tiles, you will have some scenarios or some tasks popping up throughout the game, and you will have some challenges as well. For instance, here what we have implemented for this streaming version of the game, we have here two tasks, which depending on
these are long-term tasks. So
yeah, that's right. So this is not going. You are not going to achieve these tasks like in 2 or 3 minutes, of course. Obviously, it will take like much more time to achieve.
Much more time, and we are keep this task alive. So when you finished it, you got it again, but you have to get more points to achieve this again.
Yeah, so basically here what we have now is the decrease of the sea level. Already, so you need to get 1150 points more, then you will have the sea level dropped by 1 unit. We will show you what that means soon. And if you achieve 3450 points, then you will get a new tree of fall, which will be really handy, but we will get back to this, what this means when we are going close to achieving this. Okay, and as you can see, we have placed 4 tiles already. We have 4 here. These icons show that we have placed these 4 tiles, and we have 5 tiles remaining, so we can place 5 more tiles before the sea level is starting to rise. We will show you soon how does it work. So as a base strategy, it's good to have 3 tiles covered and then placing a 4th one, because it will raise the height of your island. As you see, now it's highlighting the whole perimeter, which is going to be now raised from the sea level. If we would place this tile here, we would just get like small amount of points, but it wouldn't raise the whole island, and that's not the point, because you need to get as far away from the sea level as possible, as we already mentioned. You can, with the mouse wheel, also rotate this tile, which now has at this moment here just a beautification aspect, but later on we will unlock some special tiles where it will matter a lot actually how you rotate and place them. Right now it's just how you would like to have this. Actually, I would like to have this here, because then the trees are not covering my sides, so it's nice to have it like this. Anyway, so if you place it, you see all of the highlighted tiles have raised again from the sea level. Now we are 20 meters above, so it's quite good. We are getting there, getting into like safe positions. With the right mouse click, I'm rotating the island. You can actually build in whichever direction you would like to, and as you see, there's a lot of space to build. So, but you can only place your tiles next to another tile which is there. So you can only place adjacent to another tile. Right, so I could not place it here, but let's move back to the island. So as I mentioned, it's really good to have 3 tiles covered, because when you place it, it's going to raise that type of tiles which are at the same level, right? But as you can see, these 2 tiles are not highlighted.
Yeah, because can I get the mouse? Yeah. And one more point. So the main tile, your main tile, the tree of fall, is always matching every type of tiles. This is why you see a green hexagon.
So it's like a joker in the card game.
Yeah. And of course, as András says, only the same level or higher level tiles will be raised.
So that's why you don't see these 2 tiles highlighted, because if we place this here, and I'm going to show you, these 2 tiles are not going to be affected, but all of the other tiles are going to raise.
Yeah.
Right? And what is going to happen in 2 rounds if we don't do anything is that the tiles which are just 1 level above the sea level is going to sink, because the sea level at every end of the season will rise by 1 unit. 1 unit is the same height as the default island, which is like 0 meters, as you see.
Yeah.
So this is the sea level, and this would be flooded if you would not save them. But of course, obviously, now I'm going to place this tile here, because it means that not just my whole island is going to raise by 1 unit, but also these 2 tiles. So basically with this click, I just saved these tiles of being sunk at the end of the season. right now we are going to have a season end, so I'm going to show you what happens.
In this point, nothing will be happened because when you place the last tile, the C won't be raised. This will be raised when you place the next tile. So
Mhm. So it shows that I would be looking to a place when I could cover like 3 tiles, but of course here I can't. I only can place it adjacent to 2 tiles. So I'll place it here, and now as you see we have these 2 tiles which are just above the sea level, right? So right now these would be flooded, and as you see, if I place the next tile here, the highlighted tiles will rise, but this one here, this one I'm afraid we cannot save, so this one will sink. So I will show you what happens when a season ends and what happens when a tile sinks. Okay, so let's focus on this tile here. Okay, when I place this, you see the season, second season started, and we have got a new season. And our title survived. That's great.
oh, maybe this is a bug.
Oh, I'm just playing so cool. It's not a bug.
It's a feature.
It's a feature. I'm
Yeah.
so good at this game that it won't have let me sink any tiles. Okay, so as you see, we are getting closer to the achieving the score when we can decrease the sea level, and I'm assuming that sooner or later we will get another tile type unlocked. Meanwhile, I'm going to show you what happens when you have 4 tiles like this. Hang on a sec, we have just unlocked a new land type. This is a river tile. You see, it shows that its feature, which this icon shows you, it's a river, and it has the same soil type, so to say, and it also has a special abilities. It always remains just above sea level. This also means that you can't raise this tile's height on your own. It will follow the growth of the sea level, right? So what does it mean is that if you place this river tile, it will never sink. If the sea level rises, this tile will also rise on its own by default. You can also rotate this where it's possible or applicable, and you cannot place this tile on a spot where you could not connect it to like an adjacent tile, right? So that's why you can't place the river tile here, but it's quite obvious that you can place it all around your island. So why don't we start and build our river here, okay? Cool. And as you see, it shows it's a river tile and it has the same soil type as these other tiles. So let's get back to where we were. We were like here. So what I already showed you is what happens when you have 3 tiles covered, 3 tiles surrounding one, and you are placing it down, right? It raises the height of your island. But what happens if you have 4 tiles adjacent to one which you are placing? Take a look at the seasonometer. This is the seasonometer. You have now in the 4th day, so to say, or you have now 5 steps left. When you place a tile, you will have another step checked. But if you have 4 tiles adjacent to the one which you have placed, and it's like a similar tile type, and you place it down, the seasonometer won't fill by 1 step. So if you see, we have placed the tile and basically we have got an extra round because this here didn't fill up. So that means that you have 1 extra round before the sea level rises, which is quite nice to have. Here we have another river type tile, which is actually a pound. You have also different pounds, and actually we didn't mention, but these are like random regenerated tiles, so you can't really tell what tile is coming up next. I can't even tell Peter, you can't tell you what tile is coming up next and how it will look like. Okay, so these are procedurally generated tiles, and even as the developers don't know what will happen next, so that's why it's really nice, because whenever you start a new game, it will be completely different. Okay, so this is a pound which has just one entrance, so this is basically like a dead end street. And now here we have to decide where we want to place this dead end street. It's quite nice if you connect it with the river, but you have the chance and you can place it wherever you wish. But I would like to place it and connect it with the river. And why is it important? We already mentioned you that we have now here some long-term challenges or long-term tasks. But what we are going to implement is, of course, like a bunch, like a multitude of other tasks. And one of them will be like build a river which is really long. Okay, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiles long. And it will give you, of course, more points or give you more benefits. So it's really nice if you try and connect your rivers to an already existing rivers. Okay, so what I'm planning to do is that if there will be the possibility, of course, if I will get such tiles, I would like this river going around my tree, and here I have a junction, so I would like to stop the river going on that way, and so I will have my river going this way and then continuing in that direction, right? So I will place this here to stop the river flowing in that direction.
Yeah, I think this is a wrong choice.
Why is that? I'm always
because
learning,
if you can I get the mouse? So if you place your next river here and here, then you will cut your raising opportunities.
That's really good that you mentioned that.
From this directions.
What Peter's pointing out is that if I'm going to cover the tree with a river, as you remember, this tile, the river tile never sinks, right?
Yeah, and sorry, one more important point. If you forget the rules about your next tile, you can click here or here, and you can read it.
Cool. That's nice to see. This is actually not a river tile now, but I will show you when a river tile comes again, just for a friendly reminder what this tile does. But it's going to remain at the sea level always, and you won't be able to raise its height, which means that you won't be able to raise you won't be able to affect your main tree's growth from this side, which is like a advanced strategy or advanced tactics to this game, but that's completely right. So
yes,
we will get much deeper into it slightly bit later. So where we have showed you what happens when you place a tile which has 3 adjacent tiles of the same type. It will raise the height. If you have 4, you will get 1 extra round for free, right? But what happens if you have 5? Let's check this out. Meanwhile, we have got another pond, but you see this pond has 2 exits, right? So it
better choice if you put it on the other
on the other side, right?
Yeah.
What I'm just going to show you is that if you click on the right mouse button and rotate the map, it also rotates the pond. So you can make sure that you check how much exits it has, but it clearly shows you when you're trying to place it down. This works actually like a curve, right? So the river enters here and exits there, or enters here and exits there, but it means that the river is going to continue its way in this direction, what we want, because as Peter mentioned, we would like to avoid to cover the tree with a river, or have a river going just around the tree. So let's place it down here, and what you can also see before I place it down, this has the same tile type as this river and as this ground type, right? And the tree of fall works as a joker, so it works with every different type tiles. So we have here 3 tiles surrounding. This means that we will get the island raised up by 1 step. Cool. So we have now 70 meters height from our starting point. Right, so this doesn't measure the distance between the tree and the actual water level. It's just like a fun fact statistics which measures how further you have built your island since the beginning of the game. So here we were 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles, and what happens if we have 5 tiles surrounding? And this is a river tile again, so I'm not going to show you. I'm going to place this river tile either here or here, right? Because
And
this
the season end is coming, so
the season end is coming, which means that we would really had to raise the height of these tiles because they're going to sink. But let's see what kind of tile we are getting next, and I'm
Nice.
hoping for a tile which will be able that I can place it here. But as I promised, we will be showing you again by clicking here on this icon. I will be showing you where you can, you know, reload the tile description. So this tile never sinks, it always remains just above sea level, and you can't raise this tile's height on your own. That's why we don't want this tile to be around the tree, because then it will be really hard and really challenging to grow the tree unless you are growing it from this direction, but that's again advanced tactics, and we will get back to that later. So let's just place this tile here, why don't we, right? I'm just going to rotate it here so we can see the river much better from the trees. Okay, I'm always lucky, right? You see? We have got the general tile. By the way, I'm going just to show you the description of the general tile. That was the first tile that you have got, so this is the you are not unlocking this, you are getting this by default. So if you place 4 similar tiles next to each other, neighboring tiles will rise that are on the similar or higher level. By placing 5 similar tiles, actually it's 3, 4 and 5, so we have already tried that, how it will rise the height of the island, right? We also tried how it will skip one round of the seasonal meter. And what we are going to do is trying it out now that one round will be erased from the seasonal meter. So check out. If I would place this tile here or whenever another location, we would have the season come to an end and the water level rise. But as here I have all these surrounding tiles here, which is like 5 surrounding tiles, and if I'm placing this here, I'm not just going to get one extra round, but this here, my last step, so to say, well, actually it's not my last step, but our last round will be erased, so it's better to say that we will get now another extra round. So let's just see what happens. So first I have got my island higher because it was like an adjacent tiles. I have got not just one extra round but 2, because you see that one's here erased, so we have got 2 extra rounds before the water level rises, which is quite nice to have because we have got now more choice to get our island as high as possible. So where are we now? 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles. I'm placing this here and then we will get another extra round, so it's really nice to utilize this strategy by placing these tiles like, you know, like in this way, where at least 3 but better 4 or 5 adjacent similar tiles are neighboring where you are placing this. So let's click. Very good. We have got a bunch of points. We are now 90 meters away from our starting point with our trio full. From this side I intentionally left this open. You see how high we are now from the sea level. This gives us a little bit of safety net, isn't it? So, what we have got now is also a river tile with a really nice bridge crossing there over the river. So, where would we like to place it? We have the option to place it here or here, but again, we can start a brand new river starting from here. But actually, I'm not an interior designer or something like that, but I think that it's much more beautiful connecting it to another already existing river than placing a new one, and I really like this style here.
And you will get lots of more points
Actually,
because of the connected rivers and the same type of your
let's just see what happens, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 points we got because it measures the length of the river which you have connected. That's a really good point what Peter said. So if you were just placing this tile here, we would just only get 10 points, but as we have connected it to an already existing river, we have got all this huge amount of points. What does it mean? We are getting closer and closer to the decreasing of the sea level. But what will happen now, as you see, this is our last step before the season ends and the sea level rises. So what we are going to do is try to place this tile at a point where we can raise the height of our island, right? If you just place here or whenever when you just only two adjacent tiles, nothing will happen. You will just get some slight extra points because they are matching. What we want to do is, however, raise the whole island's height as far as away from the sea level. So obviously I'm going to place it here because here we have three similar tile types surrounding it. Boom. You see the height of the island rised and also the sea level rised, which means that we had a tile here which was just above sea level and it got sunk, right? As you see, it's already sunk. Let me just zoom into it. See, it's under the sea level. You cannot place another tile here. You can place other tiles adjacent to it, but it shows that it's sunk, so it's not going to get you any more score points whatsoever, and you have lost this tile here. This is how you can lose a tile, actually. I'm really pro at this game, so usually you are losing tiles by the sea level increase much earlier, right? Oh, no, just kidding, it's just like an easy version of the game for demonstration purposes. But this is what happens, and when you are going to try out the demo version of the game, you will experience that yourself, and I really suggest you downloading and trying out the demo version of the game, how this really works. But this is like in a live demonstration how it works when a tile sinks, right? So and of course, if you cannot raise your island's height fast enough, the sea level will soon rise just to this point where it will be like a direct danger to your tree of fall, and if your tree of fall sinks, then the game ends. So this is the main concept of the game. So you are not just expanding your island horizontally, but also vertically, because that means that you are in a safe place. These tiles which here are occurring are infinite. Okay, so you are not going to run out of these tiles here, but you cannot say what kind of tile or what type of tile is going to come next. So if you are lucky, then you will have just the right tile coming up at the end of the season to, let's say, get an extra round. If you are not lucky enough, then, well, shit happens. But that's like just about the fun factor of this game. So let's continue our building. So if this tile would not be sunk, I would place this tile here, because then it will give me like a boost of the three tiles here surrounding. But since it's already sunk, I will place this tile here, because then I will get unlocked the new land type. So let's just hang on there and see what we have got here. We have unlocked the new land type. This is like the village, or the small town.
Medieval village.
You see, here is like some nice intro of this tile, and here you can see what happens when you place these tiles. Actually, this tile works exactly the same how this general yellow, let's call it yellow, default tiles work, which means that you see it's like it has a greenish color. So if you are going to place it here, it's not going to affect these tiles because it's a completely different tile type. You see, it's just it's not turning these hexagons surrounding here are not turning to green, which means that it's a different tile type. So it's not going to give you extra points. It's not going to give you, extra height raise. So I'm not going to place it here. I'm going to find a brand new location to this village, and I'm going to start building this village here on the other side of the tree of fall. And this is when we are getting back to the advanced tactics,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So if you have one tile type here from the one side, then you can raise the tile tree's height by placing these tiles here, and raising from this side. And if you will have like this village surrounding the tree from the another side, then you will have then two options of raising your tree of falls height. But first we need to raise this city to the same level as the tree is, or at least try to get as high as possible, because see now these poor villagers are now hidden in the shadows of the tree, which is not a convenient way to live. You see, they are in the dark. They're not going to get any sunburn or something like that. So, yeah, let's see. General tile. I have already, prepared the place to place it here. But we have a problem because it's not a problem, but you need to keep in mind that if you place it here, these tiles are not going to be affected, and this tile is going to sink if we are not doing something soon enough. Anyway, I have got this here, so I will place it here because I already prepared this place for this tile. Basically, your most important task is, or not the most important, but one of the most important tasks is to make sure that you always raise the height of your island, right? So you need to make sure that you have at least 3 of the tile types in one. Cool. A bunch of points and everything grew. We are now at 110 meters. Great. So another
we are very close to decrease sea level.
Yeah, that's why I'm hoping that we will get this feature unlocked before we run out of the season, because this means that if we are unlocking this task challenge, then we will have the sea level decreased by 1 step, which means that we will get this tile unlocked again, and then I will be able to place another autumn tile here, which will then eventually raise it, saving it from getting sink again. So let's just hope for it that I will be good enough to place these tiles in an order or in a direction. Why you are suggesting placing this tile here instead of here or whatever other direction?
Because of your main tile, this fall is matching every type of tiles. If you place there this tile and your next tile is the same tile,
then I would like to place it here, and then I will get an instant increase.
Yes.
I see.
And in this case, you can save this new tiles.
Because if I would just place one single tile here all the way around, and the sea level would rise, then all of these tiles would be sunk. And I, of course, don't want all of these tiles to be sunk. So that's a fair point. I'm just going to place it here, and I'm going to rotate this tree whatever direction to not to cover so much thing, but it's actually quite a big tree there. Nice. Great. And we were lucky. Yeah, this is the 3rd village type tile, and now I can show you what Peter suggested to me. Is that if I place this tile here, let me just try to scroll to the best location. You see, 1, 2, and a joker tile, which means that 3 similar tiles are surrounding it, so it will raise the height of all of these tiles, making them to have like a safe spot before the sea level rises. Now we have the 4th one, so I'm going to continue this building strategy by placing this one here. And wow, I have got like a
okay, this is a very new tile. So the
which
information like that you saw is not correct.
It's like a whale.
Yeah, it's not a whale, it's an orca.
Oh, cool. I only seen it in a zoo, but that's nice. And what you can do is you have tiles which are like connected to the ground, and you have tiles which are floating on the water, but still you have to connect it to the available spots. And from these type tiles you have this little fishy here, and you have a boat which we didn't unlock yet, but we will show it to you how it looks like. But just for now, just for fun, place this little animal here, and
yes,
there he is. We should give him a name, aren't we? Or she? Is it male or female? What should we call him?
No.
Really cute animal.
Yes, he's or she's just chilling
Just
around your island.
Okay.
And occupy some free tiles.
As he wanders, you see, eventually 3 tile spaces are going to be occupied. This always occupies 2 free spots from where he is traveling and to where he is traveling, and he is actually traveling all around your island. So he's going to make this nice circle. Sorry, I don't want you to get nosy or something.
Yes, but this tile has got a random factor, so anytime it can be switch in rotation position. Okay, no more air here.
I'm just letting some fresh air here inside,
Yeah.
but that's good. Also,
This
these
is a very small
shape.
office. This is my home office.
smaller than the island that we have built, right? So if I would need to choose,
Yeah.
I would rather live. Where would I? This nice. I would like to live here and this spot at this house, right? You have a well
Yes.
there. You have a pond where you can swim, or actually you can also swim in the sea. But I would rather swim in the pond and like go and do some like boat riding on the sea. Nice. Oh, and these guys are cold because they have turned on the heating, no, so they are not turned on the or they are just making lunch or dinner and cooking, and that's why the steam is coming out.
Or just
Nice.
the developers like the particle systems.
Yeah, it's really nice. Dinner's going to be served soon here. Yeah, so I would like to choose this house, but we need to have a lot of work to do because it's still covered in shades, and I don't want our villagers to be covered in shade because you see the sun is shining from the right side, and we need to raise these tiles as high as possible to make sure that they get enough sun. So let's get back to the original tiles, what we have got here. The general autumn tile. I'll place it here.
Or
Actually,
if you feel you're lucky,
should I
you
place
can
it?
place here,
Mm-hmm.
not there,
Here,
yeah, and cross your fingers to get your next tile. Is
because then I will have a
Save.
slight chance that I will get an extra round, which will probably make us able to achieve this task, which
of
would
course.
eventually unlock this tile. So you see, I'm now trying to put a lot of efforts on saving this tile for being sunk for good, because if we are going to end this season, then we are not going to be able to save this tile anymore. Yeah, let's just hope for the best. So that's a good point. I'm going to place it here with this rotation, and fingers crossed. Let's hope what kind of tiles we're getting next.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's our luck. But here is what we have.
Yeah,
got.
yeah, Captain.
The ship. So this was what you have seen previously with the not whale or
Orca type of maybe. I don't know.
So this is the original ship tile, right? Which covers two tiles, temporary. One is where it starts from, and the other where it's headed. This will be also wandering all around the island, and let's just place it here so it can start from here from our peasants. And we have some trouble here because that was our last round, and the season stopped, and we have the sea level rise, and you see we have a lot of land tiles here which are sunk. We have lost this one.
Okay, but we are very close to achieve enough points to.
Yeah,
get
I'm
the
just
sea
showing our
rise.
losses to, and we need to give 1 minute silence for these lost tiles.
Okay.
Just kidding. I'm not going to. I'm not going. I can't be silent for 1 minute, so it's impossible to do. But you see, we have lost this tile here, all these tiles, and we have flooded. Oh, my home. We have flooded my home. Oh, that's not good. Shit. We need to save these tiles here, because you see, these are also flooded already, which is bad news. But as you mentioned, we are really close to unlocking the decreasing of the sea level. So let's just make sure that we are placing these tiles at the most effective way to unlock this achievement. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place this tile here. Yeah, that's going to be good, and then a fourth one here, which will rise in the whole island. Am I doing it right?
Yes, maybe.
let's see. Let's hope.
I lost the focus. Sorry.
Let's hope that we will get another autumn type tile soon, or this general type tile soon.
I'm thinking about is there any enough space to record this on my computer? So I have to check it. Sorry.
Meanwhile, I'm going to explain you guys this land type. This is a mixed tile, and this is where the rotation has its point, right? So until this point, when we rotated a tile, meant that we already we just did it for beautification purposes, right? But now this rotation is going to mean a lot, because this tile is a mixed tile, so you will have now the general autumn tile and the medieval village tile type at the same time, right? So as you see, it splits in 1/3, so 1/3 of this tile is the general autumn tile, and how should I rotate it? It's right here, and 2/3 of this tile is a medieval village. So what we can do with this, I'm going to show you. If you want to place it, you need to rotate it so it fits. You see, here it matches this. Sorry, here. Yeah, it matches this tile type, so it turns to green. If I rotate it further, not yet like this, then it matches with 2 tiles. But it's really useful to place this tile to a connection where you have types like the
there is a
medieval village,
yes,
and the general tile type.
Very good fitting position.
As you see now, it matches with the village, but if I rotate it further, it matches perfectly, because I'm just going to
There is a
the whale's coming. So it's going to match our 2 general tiles, and it's going to also match our medieval village tiles, which is going to be like with this rotation. You see, it's a perfect fit. And as it matches with all of the 3 tiles surrounding it, it's also going to raise its height.
Yes.
Let's check it out. Cool. So it have raised the tile height of these ones, and also for these ones. It's really nice to have this, right? We have also got another mixed tile again, but right now the 1/3 of it is the medieval village, and the 2/3 of it is the default tile type. So what we can do is that actually these hovering icons are helping you. So when it's green, it shows you it's a match here. When it's white, it shows that it's a random match, but of course it's connecting with it. So you see, I have rotated it and it turned to green, white, green. So this helps you orientating your tiles. But at this moment, it's only going to cover 2 tiles, which is not going to affect the height of the tiles. What if I rotate it like this? Unfortunately, I cannot cover all of the 3 tiles, so I cannot raise their heights, because it's only 1/3 of the tiles, which are this medieval village type. So it will not make any sense placing it here, because I couldn't utilize, the boost which I would get by placing 3 similar tiles. So I'm going to get back to here and rotate this tile like this and place it here. Great. Next one is just a medieval village type, which is like a perfect spot for here. That's what I was talking about. So I'm going to place it here, and we are really close to getting a decrease on the sea level. So let's just hope that it will happen soon.
As you see, lots of tiles were highlighted.
Yeah.
Because of the mixed tiles, I connected.
So the connection was not just with these 3 tiles, but with this tile, and this was also connecting to these tiles as well. So it's like this mixed style is not just a. So it's not just on one side. It's really important how you rotate and place it, because then you get a boost. But once you have placed it, it works as a connection between the different tile types. So if you achieve some nice stuff like an increase of the height of the land type here, it also connects it and delivers this feature to another type of tile. So it works as a connector as well, which is really nice. So right now another medieval village tile type. Again, here we are lucky enough, we have here one tile, two, and the third one, and actually both of them are mixed tiles, but as you see, because of the rotation, it's a perfect match. So it will raise the height of these tiles as well. And now you should be aware of that we will be decreasing the sea level. So if I'm going to place this tile here, the sea level will drop by 1 unit, which will make these tiles which are already sunk available again, but not this one, because here we have one tile, I assume, which one? This one, which is lost for good, but all these other tiles which are just barely sunk are going to be freed out from the water. This one, and my house is going to be livable again. Of course I need to dry out the walls and probably do some repainting, but it will be good. That's all for it. Let's see.
Okay, as you see,
here we go. Finally, my house is dry again. I can move back in. And you see we have got back this tile. Here we have got back all of these tiles, but not this, because that was sunk 2 rounds ago, so it's not good. We are not going to be able to recover that tile anymore, unfortunately.
and you got another reward. So when you achieve enough point and finish a long-term task, your seasonometer
is going to be
restarted.
nullified. Cool.
Yes.
So now we have a lot of rounds before the sea level will rise again. That actually makes sense, because how bad it would be that you just lost the sea level and on the next round you will get instantly like an increase, and then it will worth nothing. So it's really good that we have here the cleared seasonometer. So
Yes.
basically it's like a fresh start for this round. So again, here we have a mixed tile, which I should rotate like this, because it would cover by 1/3 the village type tile and by 2/3 the general autumn tile. But be aware of that it's not going to raise the height of the river, but it's going to give you extra score points for that. If the score point is showing in like this purple color, it means that this is like an extra, like a unique score point, not just a
Yes.
general one. So you have made something good, that means, which I really appreciate it. Thank you, game. I like it. So another mixed style, 1/3 of medieval village and 2/3 of general autumn tile. It's just like you see, 2 tiles matching, 2 tiles matching, 2 tiles matching. It's not going to be a perfect fit here. Actually, it's not going to be a perfect fit here neither. So I would need to choose and decide where to place it. Of course, I could place this tile here, but that would make not that much sense, because I already started my village building out here. What do you suggest?
I suggest, I think the best opportunity to place your tile here. In this case, okay, you got match only one tile with one tile.
As you see
But-
the green icon there.
Yes, but if you place this here, and if your next tile is a medieval village,
Oh, then you will get like
yes,
a lot of
you,
extra points.
you will get a very good place
1, 2, 3,
here
4, 5
because
tiles
you
we
get
have.
yes
So we will
5
get
same neighbors.
extra points, we will get the tiles to be raised, and we will get 2 extra rounds from the season meter.
Yes, yes. And here maybe. Okay.
If you place this like this, then you will get also like the extra points, because of the, you see the
Extra
green
points
connectors, the
and
green
the
icons.
seasonometer,
Will
you will get a new points.
So the season of meter will not rise, so you will get 1 extra round in the
Yes.
season, which is also nice to have. And of course,
But
it's
your
right.
environment gets a little bit weird because
Mhm.
your
And wait a sec, because there was also this purple score point showing that you were also doing some great job. So that's
Yes.
a compliment from the game for you. It's really nice. Congrats. So river tile. Oh, it was quite a while we have got a river tile, but
Yes, I'm rotating this river tile here because I don't like. I should be avoid to cover this part
yeah,
of
because
our
if you cut
island.
it away, these medieval villages with the river, which is like a different tile type, then it's going to make you headache later. But it's only
this is
covering.
not good.
Yes, because if you would like to place it there and you rotate it, you see how the icons are turning from white to green, and when it shows green, it shows like it's a perfect match. So you should aim for getting as much green icons or icons turning from white to green before you placing it down. Here you see it's like a perfect match of 3, it will raise the heights. Very good. We are now 180 meters away from our original sea level. And another river tile, sorry. We have our ship going there. If you would like to place this tile right there where the ship is going, you just need to wait a bit until it sails away.
Ships, nothing do any special things, but slow down the game.
It slows down the game, and I experienced it actually helps a lot because I would like just to place it there, and once I had to wait it to go by, and meanwhile I was waiting, I figured out that it has a much better place to place this river tile than for instance. So it's good to to double check or to overthink this. Of course, you can do like a speed run in this game, but that's not what we are going to do right now because we don't want to. We would like to show you all the main features and benefits and strategies of the game.
Oh, and this is good for us.
We have ended our season and the new season started, which means that the sea level rose by 1.
Oh, this ship.
Which means that we have some tiles sunk. What's happening with my house? Is it flooded or is it still alive?
Which house?
My house there. There was my house somewhere. Oh.
I think your house is here.
Oh yeah, there it is. Oh sorry, I lost my house. Oh.
And this is a very good spot for us. With 5 same neighbors, so
it will ruin my view, my ocean view, but anyway, it raises the height of the tiles.
And we got 2 more steps
for this round.
For this round.
And you have it's really good that we have prepared.
Okay, and because we have got lots of steps, now I could place these guys here and waiting for other.
It's like also some advanced tactics, right? If you have a lot of rounds remaining, then you could, expand your island to make sure that you will have then the option to, place surround your tiles with 3 sims. So it's really good to expand your tiles in the beginning of the round. And now we have unlocked a new land type. And as we are unlocking more and more new land types, means that the game gets more and more complex, and you need to keep more and more things in your mind. So this is like a forest type land.
Pine forest.
This pine forest land type works the same as the medieval village and the general autumn tile. So it just has a different color, of course, and different type.
These icons means the main type of your tile, so the environment, and this is the rules of your tile. Not the rules, the subtype of your tile.
Which shows that it's like a full, 100% pine forest tile. It's not a mixed tile because the mixed tile
not a special tile, not a river
tile. Yeah, so this shows that it's a default tile type from the pine forest family, so to say.
Yes.
So as this is a brand new tile type, we will need to find a location where to start building out this land type.
And now we can't place it near or next to our main tree, but we are get closer to get a new tree of walls. So
this also means that if we are going to try and build out our pine forest section at the island, it's not going to affect the growth of the main tree, right? Which is really nice, and you, of course you cannot skip a tile, right? You cannot
Yes.
erase it, you cannot get rid of it, you need to place it down. But you need to keep in mind that when you are going to place down pine forest tree tiles, it's not going to affect the what's it called? It's not going to affect the main tree unless you are using a connector. If you are using a connector, of course, then it can go through.
Yes. Okay,
So
we will start a little bit faster.
Mhm.
Play a bit faster to get more pine forest and
You see the tactics. We have now 3 pine forest tiles surrounding there.
okay, there is a bug.
Oh, the icon is
see.
showing different what
What is the
what
next
is the next
tile?
one.
Okay.
But now it's working. So you have
Okay, so we lost all of
Mhm.
the pine forests.
you are good at this game, right?
Yes. Okay, I got the mouse.
If you can get just back
Just
to the
now.
river just for a sec, I want to show the guys something which you have just placed there. So you have river tiles, not just from the general tile type, but also from the medieval village tile type, right? So here it's a medieval village and a river tile type, right? So as the game proceeds, you will need to make sure that you are not just connecting rivers to each other, but you are connecting the different land types or tile types also together. Let's go on. I just wanted to show the guys this feature as well.
It's better, I think, if you playing. If you are
So
playing.
now you lost a lot of tiles and you are giving it back to me that I should play. Yeah, actually it's like you are making it more difficult to me to play. I see what you did here.
Oh, another orca. Okay. And another river.
Which is now a pine tree, pine forest type with a river. So what's better? What's a better scenario? If I'm connecting this to an already existing but different river, or if I'm connecting it to a pine forest tile which doesn't have any river yet?
In this case, I don't know.
Both way works, right?
Both way works because the best way if you place this tile position where you can continue this
Mhm.
river with the same type of reverse
Mhm.
tile, I think.
And would it make sense to
But I
connect
don't
it?
know the game's meta.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen, but would it make any sense connecting it to the pine forest tiles which you already placed?
Yes, yeah, and you can use this to raise.
Right, and now you have this mixed tile, and with the 3 pine forest type tiles, it's going to raise their height.
Okay.
Of course, it's not going
Rush, you are good.
to raise the river's height, but don't be fooled. It still has the effect, but the river tile is never going to be raised. So I'm getting into like a pro gamer. That's what you wanted to say, or I'm really getting really good at this game.
Oh, okay, and
I don't
another
have to see, but You're losing
another.
tiles, man.
Yes.
Tiles are getting flooded. What's up with my house? If you flood my house, I'm going to be really sad.
No
Oh, it's
problem.
still there.
We are going to build a new house
A new
for
house. Alright.
There is a lot of houses, and there are all empty now.
Oh, so you only those 2 ones are occupied where the steam is coming out.
Everybody
or the smoke
try
is
to
coming
run
out
away
from the
from
chimney.
this.
Yeah,
island.
everyone's trying to get as high as possible, right? From the constantly increasing sea level.
I think everybody try to run away from this island. When I start to play
They
this game,
do have
I-
like a really stressful life, right? Like
yes.
their lives are in your hands, and the water level is constantly rising. Don't worry guys, I'm also here. Poor peasants, I'm supervising what Peter is doing with your islands.
Okay. I'm in trouble. Games get harder and harder.
Because now you can place in proper area on this land type, right?
Yes. Okay, here.
Another ship.
Another ship. Another village.
And you see the problem is where you have got a sunk tile, you cannot use it as a connector anymore. So you can't place other tiles to an already sunken tile unless it's connected with the tile which is already active. So where you have all these lost tiles sunken, you cannot build further at that direction.
Okay. Lots of points, but we lost lots of tiles.
Yeah.
as I say.
And as you see, as we proceed, we are not going to be able to affect the growth of our tree because it's almost completely cut out.
Oh, and a very new land type.
It's a special tile.
Yeah, on the piece.
So this is a tile for the medieval village land type, and it's a special tile. You see the base of the tile, which is the medieval village tile, and this star shows that it's a special tile, which has special rules, right? So we have the general tiles, then we have the river tiles, and then we have these special tiles. This tile never sinks, which is good news for you. I'm not going to be able to sing this. I'm probably going to move into this castle from my house.
There is a better rules, so not just this level
Yeah.
of things.
Which is better that it not just always remains above sea level, but it also keeps the adjacent tiles above the water level.
Yes.
But you can rise
and it is
this.
not depends on how which type of tiles
So
next to this tile.
I could place this tile here. It would keep also actually
Yes.
the river
Not the
tiles never
river,
sink,
but
so it would not make any sense placing it surrounding with the river because the river tile never sinks anyway. But it would be nice to place it. What did you do here, man? You have sunk. Man,
Okay,
you destroyed the
sorry.
island. Look
I
at
would
this.
like to show our viewers to how
Oh.
could the island get sunk.
Oh, that's not nice. Actually, you sunk a lot of the tiles. Okay. And what the problem is now that you don't have a direct connection to the main tree.
So as I see, the stream isn't good now.
So we should be speaking really slowly.
No, I think we are at the end of our session. Place this tile and
What I should do, then why don't we show the guys how you can sink your island or how you can get a new tree of full and then call it for a day.
okay.
Let's just place this tile where we can save something at least. Let's say whatever here. Then this one goes here. The river comes here. This one's a river for the house type tiles. You see, but it's connected back. It's not good. I think it's
Okay,
working nice.
better.
It's gonna. You
A
see,
problem.
the stream
I
lags
think
when I'm
I am
playing.
the problem.
Yes, when I'm playing, the stream is not lagging. So, that's a message. Anyway, so where were we? Yeah, the problem is that now we don't have any direct effect to the main tree, right? I cannot place nothing here which would affect the height, so it's not going to grow any further. Although it's really nice, it's at 250 meters away, but I cannot really affect its further growth. So as soon as we proceed with the game and the water level rises, sooner or later it will sink. And I don't want this game to be over, so what I'm going to work on is to get a new tree of fall, which is just 770 points away from us, so I'm going to show you guys what happens when we are getting there. Meanwhile, I'm trying to fix this mess, what's here. I'm going to place this river tile, I'm not going to place because the fish or the orc or whatever is crossing. I'm going to place this here.
Yes, there is a traffic jam,
yeah,
as I see.
Another mixed tile. What we have here? Oh gosh, yeah, it's a pond, which I would be placing here to. Anyway.
Yes, you.
Why? Never mind. Yeah, I'm going to place this here. So this tile is not going to sink because it's connected to this main tile, right? Or this special tile, right? So it's I don't have to worry about this getting sunk. Neither do I have to worry if I'm placing this one here. Let me see what else options, what other options do I have here. Not that much, because you see the round is going to come to an end. So we are going to lose this tile for sure. I'm not going to place this one here. Yeah, I'm going to save this by placing it here. Cool, so it sinks, but as you see, this is a feature of the special tile. It raises everything, which is just at the neighborship. So we still need 600 points, and I'm starting to be afraid how we are going to get these points at all, because we would need to unlock the new Tree of Fall as soon as possible. Cool, at least I'm getting some points because of the river. Another village. Oh, great. Another village with a river. Ah, special tile. Cool. Need to place it so far away as possible to make sure that it has the best effects. Yeah, this is bad. Should have been rotated in the another direction.
It,
yeah. Once you have placed the tile, you
this
cannot.
Is your fault.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. My first mistake during this game. Nah, just
Yes.
kidding. So
your first mistake when you give us the mouse.
Yeah, actually, and my biggest mistake was like trying to win this game because it's really hard. Nah, it's not that bad. So what I wanted to show you is once you have placed the tile and made that mistake like I did here, which is quite rare, but anyway, I made a mistake here, that's quite sure. You cannot undo it, you cannot replace it, you cannot rotate it. So once it's placed forever, but I'm really lucky again with this house type tile, but I'm really unlucky with this big fatty fishy moving around here because I want to place my tile here, but I get the chance and look around how my island looks like. It's not that bad actually, I'm getting back there. So I'm going to place this here. You see, these tiles were saved. What I'm going to do is...
Oh, and on a season end, at the season end you will get extra points for every river tiles.
For every single river tile that
these
you
are
have.
get an instant raise.
Ah, okay. So it's...
At the end of the season. Each season.
Thank God you cannot sing river tiles, so at least I have got something back. Okay, we are getting really close. Another orc. Okay. So you see, we have got, if you remember, some really nice island here with a lot of default tile types. Now all is destroyed and sunken, but what I can do is just place this tile here, this one here, and hope for a third one, which is obviously appeared, but this tile isn't going to be any good. If I place it here, this would be much better. Okay. special tile again, and this special tile, you see, it has a different soil type, so it's the pine forest type tiles special tile, you see. So I'm gonna place this here, and this will serve as a solid base where I will be able to build around, and I'm not going to need to be worried because it's not going to sink at all. Yeah, so you see the last tile which you place is not going to sink, and this one got saved because of the special tile. I have this connector here, but this pine forest soil type is really far away from my village, so I'm not going to be able to utilize it.
Maybe on the other side of the
maybe on this side I would have been, yeah, probably I could have been placed it here.
Yes.
It's too late. I was too in a rush, but that's a fair point. Let's just hope that we will get another tile.
Okay, and we are really close. Only 20 points left. So
let's see what happens.
if you place this there, yeah, and
we have got a new tree of fall. Oh, so we survived. This means that you have got a second life, basically, right? Because as the game progresses, as I told you, and as we have demonstrated you with Peter, you are not going to be able to raise this tile any further because you are cut away from your main tile because of all of these tiles are sunk, right? And eventually your main tree of fall would get sunk in a couple of rounds, right? But with this achievement unlocked, you get another tree of fall, which means that whichever location you place it, it will function exactly the same as your original tree of fall, which means that you will have like actually a second chance or a second life, and you will be able to make sure that this tree rises further than your original one, and you will now have the chance to survive longer if you make sure that this tree grows away. So basically that's also one of the main long-term goals that we wanted to showcase you guys during this game. So let's just place this tile here, and then we have got the river which is coming from
okay,
that
but
direction.
you get only 9 steps to raise this river.
Oh yeah, because
river,
if
this
main tile, if you are not going to raise it, you are going to lose it. So you really need to focus on raising this tile during the season, because if you are not going to do that, you have just wasted your life, and you are, I can tell you, it's quite sure that you are going to lose the game, because you are not going to get almost 7,000 points before the sea level gets until this point. So it's really important. Now it should be your main focus that you keep this alive, actually.
Okay, András, I think
That should be an end
yes,
of our
this
first
is the
session,
end.
right? So guys, I believe we have covered the main aspects of the game. This was our milestone that we wanted to achieve, to show you the new Tree of Fall. As you see, this is our island, this is how it looks like. Actually, it's quite a bit destroyed, but I believe it's really nice to see. And I would like to encourage you guys that you join our Discord server, leave your comments, try out our demo. As we mentioned in the beginning, the demo has a season cap, which means that you won't be able to play as long as we did, but we wanted to show you all the current features of the game. As we told you, it's still in a work in progress game, but we have a really nice path that we would like to take. We have really nice and really exciting features coming up with the game, so it's really important that you put us in your wish list if you want to get updated. We will be also joining the Steam Fest, where you will be able to see
next fest
video and other stream of the game. We are going to show you like in a different strategy, different tactics, probably like a much faster gameplay mode as well. But it's really important that you put us on your wish list join our Discord server and share your feedback, because we really appreciate all the help and support which we already got from the community, and we are really considering and implementing the features that you guys are suggesting us. And what you can expect in the future when the game is going to be released, we are planning to have a co-op mode and PvP mode, and as you can imagine, placing these tiles when you are competing against your friend, or when you are playing together, like building together an island. But it's like a really fun feature we are going to add. We will have much more tile types, much more soil types as well. We will have much more challenges, and it's a really exciting road that we are just started to take. So really, it was a pleasure talking to you guys and showing you the game. And yeah, why don't you share your comments with us? We are really looking forward to it. See you guys next time.
See you guys. Bye. Bye bye.